The purpose here at Planet Forward is to bring these citizens and their ideas together with decision makers. And so it's now my great pleasure to welcome the President's top advisor on energy and climate, Carol Browner. Well, how are you?
I'm well, and you?
Oh, just fine, you know, just another day at the office. So what do you think of some of these ideas you've seen here? We've heard everything from coal to batteries to wind and solar.
It's been a great panel. I was able to watch it, and you've had great interventions from online. And, you know, look, I think what we need is a really important conversation in this country about our energy future. You know, we believe, the administration, the president believes that we can have a different future, that we can have clean energy, that we can create a whole new generation of jobs. But in order to do that, we're going to need to have these kind of conversations, have these debates. And, you know, I don't think you have to pick one answer or two answers. Let's let, you know, a lot of different answers come forward.
One of the things in this energy learning curve that we found, when asked about sacrifice versus technology, 48% say they think the answer to climate change lies in making sacrifices. 41% say they think technology can solve the problem. What does that tell you? What does that suggest to you?
Well, I think people want to do their part, and they understand that they need to do their part, but they also want the leaders to lead, and they want American businesses to find new solutions, to find better answers. I think most of us believe in American innovation and ingenuity.
First-year student here at George Washington University, his name is David Raish, went out with a camera and a friend, and he went down to where you work now, not far from here, a few blocks away, to see what tourists and people are coming through are saying about energy.
How important is energy reform to you?
Well, it's been important to me for a few years.
I think that right now the world is headed in a very frightening direction.
To me, energy reform is not an option, but a must.
Would you be willing to make a personal sacrifice to see us take a bigger step in energy independence, such as paying more at the pump?
I paid more for Prius, I mean, just to make that statement.
Personal sacrifices today would save, you know, this planet further, you know, in time. So to me, it's just, if we want to survive, this is just something that we must do.
That's what we hear a lot. We have to change the way we're consuming, and a lot of people say it's up to political leaders. They've got to do it.
It certainly is part of our responsibility, and the President Obama, has taken it on. We put forward a stimulus package, the American Recovery Act, that several people much smarter than me have called the largest energy bill in the history of our country.
A reality check. Here's another video that we have. This is from Jack Gerard. Jack Gerard is the head of the American Petroleum Institute. That's the organization for oil and natural gas.
What this chart shows us, which is most important, is by the year 2030 we will need 35% more oil in the world than we have today. We will need an additional 53% more natural gas. What this tells us that by 2030, oil and natural gas will continue to be the backbone of our energy resources to fuel and power our society, and particularly here in the United States, to give us the resources that we need to take care of business and to provide the needed jobs for our society. But realistically, we have to understand the role of renewables around the world. They will grow by 66% by the year 2030. That will be a significant increase from where they are today. But most importantly, that will only be about 8% of the energy resource for the world. We need to be realistic in our energy conversations and discussions and understand that we're all hopeful that renewable resource and energy will continue to grow, but they will never totally replace what we have in terms of oil and natural gas. So we've got to be mindful and develop all the energy resources we need moving to the future. Some may not understand this concept, but it's the truth and it's reality.
Look, he's talking about business as usual. We're not talking about business as usual. We're talking about change. We're talking about efficiency. We're talking about cleaner, more efficient cars. We're talking about batteries. The Recovery Act has $2 billion for batteries.
That chart was a Department of Energy chart based on current projections. So you want to change those projections?
Absolutely, and we're going to change those projections. It has taken the United States approximately 35 years to get to our current level of renewables. And it's small. We're the first to admit it's small. It's about 3%, depending on what you count in terms of our electric utility generation.
Right, if you put hydro in there, I think it's 6%.
It goes up to 6%. Right. But let's just take the wind, solar, the geothermal.
Right.
The Recovery Act, We believe with the money we were able to secure, we can double that in the next 3 to 4 years.
House climate bill introduced just now says take it to 25% by 2025. Is that doable? How would that what would that do to America?
It would challenge us, but that we need to be challenged. We should be challenged. It would give us the opportunity to invest in different technologies. It would give us good American jobs, because who's going to build those solar farms? Who's going to build those wind farms?
Okay.
This is all about opportunity.
All right. Well, I got an opportunity for you here. Here's one that's a little bit different. This came to Planet Forward, and, well, I'll see if you're at all interested in this. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Philip Terone, senior editor of Make Magazine, and one of the co-designers of the Tweetawatt, a twittering power meter. Imagine if every single device you had in your home updated your Facebook profile or your MySpace or whatever you had and said, I'm using less energy this year. And you were rewarded for that. You were rewarded by friends. It's kind of like when you go on a diet. When you go on a diet, people say, wow, you're looking good, you're looking slim, you're fitting into your clothes again. These are all social pressures that you get social rewards.
Social pressure, social...
I love it. I mean, now, one of the things we asked for, and we were able to get in the Recovery Act again, was money for 40 million smart meters. Because what we want to do is give people access to information in their homes about how they're using energy. Because an informed consumer is a better consumer.
I'm not sure I'm in favor of this. I mean, I can see, you know, your lights are on, turn your lights off. You know, all my friends are going to see me, you know when I've got the lights on or when I'm running the dishwasher. Would you do that?
I think that letting people have access to information so they can make good decisions. I don't think we should be involved in making those decisions for people, but I certainly think most of us want access to information.